Hey, everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com and over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple Music, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also, cool merchandise like T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, and also phone cases and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today. Also support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, themikewagnershow.com. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com at the Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you do so today. We're here with a terrific gentleman who is an author, surgeon, inventor, and currently practicing as chief of urology at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor, Maine. We'll talk about his amazing career. Began life in a small Indian village, attended Patra Medical College in India, and continued on in the United Kingdom, complete research and training at Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston. And he also is involved in a couple of ventures with Christian Universe and KKNK TV, and he also created a brand new app, which you can all relax about. We'll talk about that. And it's designed to bring material change to people around the world, connecting to their inner flame and more. So we'll talk about that. So be at peace at this one. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Bangor, Maine, somewhere in the United States among the trees, the very multi-talented author, surgeon, and inventor, and the chief of urology at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor, Maine. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented Dr. Krishna Bhatta. Dr. Krishna, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Like it sounded like somebody else. But I do like coffee,
Oh, yes. We got to have a cup sometime. Yes.
That's right.
Coffee is always
You
good.
have another Bronco cup?
Oh, you know what? That's the only one I have. I would have auctioned it off, but that's too precious. But you know something? I can probably find some copper and send it over to you. And then when you do that, just have a cup of coffee in remembrance of me while you're doing the Relaxx Meditation app. So, well, we'll talk about that part later. But you've been an author. You also have a couple of books we forgot to mention. You're a surgeon, inventor, and you're practicing as chief of urology at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical in Bangor, Maine. You began life in a small Indian village. You attended Patra Medical College in India. You continue your education in the UK. You complete research and your training at Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston. And also you help with Christian Universe and KKNK TV. You're involved with that. And you also have that brand new app called Relaxx Meditation app. And before getting all that, Dr. Krishna, tell us how you first got started.
No, that was wonderful again. Thanks for reintroduction. But I enjoy life. I mean, that's my thing. And I want to help others enjoy life because you can beat yourself every day if you want to. Mm-hmm. But there are ways to just, take the ones like I always say, it's like I was going to give a talk in a library on my book, Journey from Life to Life. Mm-hmm. And they put the topic, death and donuts.
Death and donuts. I love that. Along with some coffee.
I said, yeah, coffee goes along with that. So I said, how do I put this together? And then I realized that I go to a donut shop. There are many donuts there.
Wow.
And I choose honey, what is it called? Honey curler from the donut series. That doesn't mean there is no other donuts, but I pick what I like. And I like coffee, so I pick my coffee, not tea. That doesn't mean that tea doesn't exist. That doesn't mean other donuts don't exist. In our life, we have happiness, we have joy, we have sorrow, we have treachery, jealousy, everything within us and around us. I can pick, the ones I want. We have friends and, many people. We can choose who we, do friendship with. So that's how I see life, So it's our choice ultimately. Sometimes we have to coexist, and this is a new word terminology that I use, that I don't have to accept people I don't like. I don't have to accept things I don't like. I don't have to accept results that happen to me that I don't like, but I can coexist with them. They can be a smaller, size bag around me, rather than I keep saying I have to accept it or I have to fight it. And that is kind of the whole universe exists like that, I mean, the sun is hot, moon is cold. They maintain their distance, but they coexist. And that coexistence part is a big part of the app as well. There are many practices in that, and coexistence is one of the key kind of elements there.
And of course, unfortunately, it doesn't come with coffee and donuts, but I'm sure you can work that in too in the app. So maybe just have like a 3D holistic or whatever it is. But of course, you also have been like an author as well too. You had your books, Journey from Life to Life, Achieving Higher Purpose, and Gita Today. And tell us about those couple of books.
So, Journey from Life to Life is. As it says, journey, it maintains from getting born to the end of life. And if you live that life happily, you are more likely to have a journey beyond that in a happier way. For everything that we plan in our life, whether it is a trip or whether it is a presentation I have to do, or whether I have to talk to you, we do some practice, we do some planning, we do, set up a time, and then, it all comes together. When it comes to death or dying, we leave it on faith, or we leave it on, or just leave it, bury our head in the sand. This book does talk about this life and how you can plan about things that can happen beyond that, or how you can plan if you believe, or if there is a life beyond that again, then can you plan for that? That's the question it raises, and tries to answer as best as possible from experience and from reading and research that I did.
And of course, you also have another book called Gita Today as well too, about an excellent companion to young person, and you have a really good message. And tell us more about that.
Gita is one of my kind of core principles that I treasure, because my life, Krishna was the main person who teaches Gita, and he stayed in mainstream. So that was his credit, that was his problem, because many people didn't take, when you are in the mainstream, people see you doing the same thing that everyone else does. If I was a guru, I will be sitting somewhere in an ashram. I will probably have a little beard or some sort of, trademark for that. And then people will come, and I will be, at a little higher level than others. But when you are in mainstream, I may have the same experiences and credentials, but I may appear just normal. So Krishna always appeared normal until he didn't. Until he, had these teachings that came out of him. So I follow what he did. He stayed in the mainstream, and this teaching happened in a war. And the verses and the teachings are just amazing. And they are no, it's like they cross. Many people put him in the religion part, that he belongs to, Hindu religion. I see it more like a science book, like physics, chemistry doesn't belong to religion. And that is my approach to that. When there was a simple problem. The Arjun was the warrior and he was going to fight. And he saw that he's going to kill so many people. So like many pacifists, he said, how can I kill these people? What is it worth if I kill and become a king? Is it worth it? And it so happens that they were mostly related and known to him because they were, it's like, like India and Pakistan, they were one before, and many of the people at that time knew each other, right? And then you have a war, then you feel like you're killing your, relatives. So he was kind of paralyzed. He became so, kind of infatuated by that whole phenomena. How can I do this? And that's when, Krishna comes in and he starts giving his teachings. In the end, he, fights and wins the war. He becomes the hero of that thing. I'm not saying that Krishna was teaching a war. I mean, his logic is that if you don't fight and you let the bad guys stay in, then what is the future of the world?
It also covers as well, too, like the formulas for success and freedom and everything. And there's a lot you talk about management as well, too, and maybe talk about some of the different management and how does it come to play and what can we learn from it when it comes to management?
Yeah, management is a part, but the one that I love, the best, there are many good parts of Gita, but one I love is 5 pillars of success. And those 5 pillars of success, are as applicable today as it was 5,000 years ago. And first of them is, he says, platform. Adhisthanam is Sanskrit. So platform is important. So you maybe, it's like, let's talk about President Biden. I mean, he can do much more as a president than he could as an opposition leader, or just being a vice president, or being a senator. You see that. So that platform is important. So, and a good person or a able person should achieve, strive for a platform, better platform from where you can do more things for people and yourself. The second is the capability of the person. So a bad person goes in that platform, and then you can imagine whether it is Hitler or Stalin or the ones we know in our history, and even now what's happening around Ukraine and Russia. So you can see power can be, if you have power, how do you channelize that power? It becomes important. So the quality of the person is important as well. And the third is karana, means the tools. So you may be a very capable person, you may get the best platform, but if you don't have the right tools, then you may not be able to dominate. So it's important to develop technology that supports your strength. The fourth one is different strategies. But I love the fifth one that many people don't like to talk, is that even if you have all the 4, there is some forces outside of you that may come to help you, and you should ask for help from them. That fifth factor is a very important factor, although for some reason, one reason or the other, many of us don't want to talk about it because it might imply religion. It's not necessarily religion. There are factors, like in the World War II, when people were going to airdrop the troopers, if the weather went, bad, it would have been a disaster. So that weather factor or, luck factor or whatever you want to call it, So those are the 5 pillars of success, I call them, and that I learned from that.
It almost sounds like, it's almost like building a house. When I think of platform, it almost sounds like a foundation. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Okay, that's very fascinating as well too. And you also talk about you're covering success, covering management, and everything else. And this also applies to your career as well too. And creating a bunch of new ventures. We'll get to those in just 1 minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking a budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show and the MikeWagnerShow.com and over 30 podcast platforms. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. For great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for Missing, Once, and Wrinkles and more. Also, merchandise like t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today. Also, support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com for the Mike Wagner Show. Donuts not included. Make sure you do so today. We're here with the amazing author, surgeon, and inventor, and the chief of urology at Northern Light Eastern Medical Center in Maine, Dr. Krishna Bhatta, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And we talked about the pillars of success. We talked about your writing career, your books, success and management playing in it, and also applies to your career in the medical field with the chief of urology in Bangor, Maine. And tell us how you got started in your medical field.
Medical field, I mean, my mother wanted me to be a doctor. Probably that kind of, at that time, maybe I ignored it, but slowly and slowly, I drifted towards medicine. I was obviously bright enough to get into the medical school and get out of medical school. But my meditation and medicine career both went parallel, and I think it complemented each other. Many people see like it should be, if you're a doctor, how can you meditate, but that's not the situation for me. For me, it was always helpful in my career in many ways. And that's how I became a doctor. So, and then of course, went to England and did my training and then moved to this country, and that's how it is. And we've been very happy, me and my wife. She's a doctor as well.
Oh, amazing. Are you guys in the same field, or what does she practice?
She is OBGYN, so
okay,
different field, but yeah.
Amazing. Okay. And you're also you're in the urology field. Was that a choice that you made, or was it like assigned to you or anything like that?
Yeah, most of the doctors, when they go through medical school, they kind of figure out whether they want to be surgical field or medical field. So it was obvious that I'll be a surgical kind of intentions, and then aptitude. And urology is a good field. I enjoy being a urologist, and yeah.
And it sounds like you've been in the practice for a while too, that you also had counsel patients and everything else, and you've been doing it for a while, and you also help them relax as well too. And this is where another part comes into play, besides your books and everything. And I forgot to ask you one question. What inspired you to become an author of the 2 books? I forgot to ask you that, believe it or not.
Well, there are of course, I was doing the meditation, and I was, I had a lot of different kind of experience, but there were some incidences when this question came, what happens? It's like, and one of them, I have quoted that in the book. One of my patients in Maine, he was 87-year-old, and I had done a big surgery on him, and he recovered from that, went home. A few months later, he came back for some problems with his lungs, and they were treating, and he was getting better, but sometimes things didn't go well. And one day he just called me, asked me to sit down, looked me in the eye, and said, I want to go. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what to say really, but it's like I listened to him, I acknowledged it. And after that, I was asking myself, where is he going? Does he know, or do I know? And that's one of the things that kind of pushed me towards, let's write this book. But that's not the only thing. As life, many things happen, but some things kind of trigger you. And so that's the trigger I remember.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you also, doing consulting with patients, you also developed, like all kinds of applications in the medical field as well, too. And most importantly, that you also are involved with the Krishna Universe Network and also KKNK TV. It sounds like a really good TV station. Involvement with the Krishna Universe and KKNK TV. Ooh, that's a tongue twister.
Yeah, I like to write. I like to write some lyrics, at least in my language, in Hindi and Sanskrit. Actually, I wrote one song about Maine. When in Maine, and I think it is on that YouTube as well. One of my friends put the music and composed it, and that came out very good. Yeah, I mean, few things in life, keep doing some things, and they keep adding up. By the end of, you have few things that you have done. Mm-hmm. I always say that we have, three purpose. I used to say two, but now I say three purpose in our life. One is general purpose, where you go to school, you go to college, you have a career, you make money, and make sure that your body and mind is taken care of. The second is a higher purpose. We all want to do something for others and for, leave some contribution behind. And the third one is a deeper purpose, knowing yourself. And that knowing yourself is what I call meditation. Any time you spend with yourself, it's not necessarily going and sitting, cross-legged in the Himalayas. When I see people in Maine and probably in North Dakota, they will go away for a weekend retreat. They don't call it meditation. Don't call it retreat. They will go in a camp and just do fishing or do a little hunting and walk. I mean, just purpose is to be with themselves and be silent, spend some moment together. So that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people do that as well, too, up by where we are and where we are. Fishing, hunting, boating, be in touch with nature and everything else. And of course, some carry a radio, some don't. And of course, some people carry their phones to relax as well, too. And of course, we also have the Relaxx Meditation app. And you can just tell us about that wonderful invention and what inspired to create the new app.
Well, twofold inspiration. One is, share something that I have experienced and learned personally. So it's not like I researched and created an app. It's a lot of that started with deeper meditation for people who want to do advanced meditation. But then we added so many other things to that, for kids. I mean, we have for kids 4-year-old and above, and we have positive psychology, we have emotional detox, and we have creating a series, Journey of a Veteran, Journey of a Prisoner, Journey of a Correction Officer, Journey of a Cancer Patient. And this will be a series of 5 or 6 meditations that will go there. The whole thing is, we talked earlier about platform. you have created a platform where I can come, or you can talk about the book that you talk about. So that is a platform you created. For me, I created a platform, Relaxx app, which can be used. I mean, if I go and do a workshop, how many people will come? But through this, the potential is to reach millions. And fortunately, I mean, or unfortunately, mostly fortunately, there are some other programs which came earlier than me, Calm, Headspace, and many others, who have, shown that there are people in America and USA who are willing to try these things out. I mean, and why not give them something deeper as well?
Mm-hmm. And also notice too that you got an amazing background as well too. You got Relaxx Radio on that, and you also app features a lot of things like with mindfulness, intermittent silence, meditation, and of course simply connecting inner frame, daily routine, everything like that. And tell us about some of the other features that we should more know about, like the ones you cover in general, but maybe some that you know other people can discover about. Like what are some of the other features that you offer?
So there are many features, but as you said, intermittent silence is one of them. So just think of it. When you eat food, sometimes we become like overindulged, and overeating becomes kind of, we have to hold back, right? Some good food, you do that. And for that, people came out with intermittent fasting.
Yes.
Right. And that helps. And at least many people practice that, and it seems to help. There are other methods of losing weight or staying fit, which people do as well. The same way, we are also used to overthinking, especially in the digital world with video games. And we want to use our brain to the exhaustion point. So intermittent silence says, take a 10-minute break, give your brain rest for 10 minutes. And there is a structured program, how you do that. It's not so much about breathing, or it's basically, it says, close your mouth. So when you close your mouth, all the centers in the brain that work with expression and speech, they get rested. Close your eyes. When you do that, then all the centers attached with visual pathway and observation and all those processing, they get rested. The third one is silent listening. So listening to any sound that is around there, whatever sound it may be, and not judging it, not making any judgment, or just let it pass through and be there. Just acknowledge that's there. And the third one is just watching your thoughts go by and coexist with everything that is there, your emotions, your thoughts. They will all be there, because some people say, make your mind empty of thoughts. That's not a possibility. It doesn't happen. You end up struggling and just complaining that I cannot do it. But it's not only you cannot do it, nobody can do it, because mind is, I always say there are two parts of mind, minding and mindfulness. So minding is the one that has made you successful, but also by its own nature of minding, it keeps working all the time. The only thing you can do is focus more on mindfulness or something else. And the other one can be background in a smaller space, but it won't go away. Okay. And sometimes emotions can be emotional storms. It's like that happens in our life. One day or the other, you are fired from a job, or somebody you loved, doesn't exist anymore. Those storms will happen, and they will have their time period. You can shorten the time period, but they will happen. So you can coexist with, anything that happens. And this attitude, it reflects in many of the practices on the app.
Okay. And what are some other features are you looking to add on to the Relaxx Meditation app?
Yeah, we will keep adding new features, because I believe in collective wisdom. So it's not that I know it all. So we work with a team of content creators, and whether it is music, sleep, you can't sleep, there is something for sleep. You have anxiety, there's something for anxiety. You have stress, there is something for that. But my main focus is also on how to create the best you.
I seem to like that. And I think that goes really well. I seem to like that. And where can we find the Relaxx Meditation app, your books and everything else? Where can we find all that at?
So relaxx.org, that's the website, that's the background that we have. So if you go there, there is links for download. But on App Store or Google Play Store, you can go and type Relaxx with 2X and just download. Download is free, explore it, and then there is subscription to that. And but it's we are competitive and we want to grow, so we need to. Otherwise, I would love to make it free for everybody, but I have to. I'm told I should run like a business, So.
And of course, free coffee and donuts, that'll get people on the app. So, and of course, you got some great products out there. And what's coming up for Dr. Krishna Bhatta and more? You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's The of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with author, surgeon, innovator, and the creator of the Relaxx Meditation app, Dr. Krishna Bhatta, after this time out. We're back with the amazing Dr. Krishna Bhatta here on the Mike Wagner Show. Talked about the Relaxx Meditation app and a lot more, and learned a lot from you, Doctor. And what else can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond?
I have a book coming out, Intermittent Silence and Meditation. And that will be kind of a companion book for the Relaxx app, because Relaxx app is many varieties, and sometimes you wonder where should I start, where should I go. So a companion book, I think, will be helpful. So that will be coming out soon. And sometimes I don't know what is coming next, but creativity happens, right?
That's totally agree as well, too. And we're certainly looking forward to it, Dr. Krishna. And who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
Biggest influence in my career,
Yes.
medical career?
It can be anything.
No, I enjoy what I do. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy being up to date, like robotic surgery. And one of the things I'm working on is how do we help the cancer patients? I mean,
yes, that's important.
Yeah, that's very important, because yes, I can do the surgery and then forget about it, but journey of a cancer patient is much more than having just a surgery. Is just one segment of their thing. The diagnosis too, where do they go, and I'm passionate about it. So
and that's very interesting as well. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
At the moment, I think coexisting, whether it is family relationship, personal relationship, think about coexisting rather than having to accept things that you don't like. And I think that is, it's my mantra as well. And so life becomes a little easier. I'm not saying don't do anything about the situations. I'm saying coexist and then work on making it better.
And that's a very good point as well, too. Once again, we're with the author of the books Journey from Life to Life, Achieving Higher Purpose, and Gita today, also the inventor of the Relaxx Meditation app and chief of urology in Bangor, Maine, Dr. Krishna Bhatta here on the Mike Wagner Show. Dr. Krishna, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Learned a lot from you. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'd love to have you back on in 2022 and beyond. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase your books or check out the app and everything else?
No, thank you. Thank you, Mike, for having me. And yes, relaxx.org. And then, of course, Amazon, the book is there. And if not, you can ask your bookstore. They will get it for you. And thanks very much for letting me come to your show and talking about all the things I'm trying to do.
and learned a lot from you. And we wish you all the best. A very big thank you for your time. You've been totally amazing. Looking forward to having you in soon. We'd love to have you back. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. And we wish you all the best. You've got a great future ahead of you.
Okay, great. Thank you.